For our first draft, I put together some items to take a look at. Um, this is roughly what we talked about. There's a living space, as well as an accessible bathroom and a half bath for the first floor. And on the left hand side, I threw some different furniture in there that would kind of represent it as a den in the future, so that you can kind of get a feel for what it could be used for by the next homeowner. In the 3D rendering, we can see a nice sitting area with a bed. Rotating this way, there really wasn't a whole lot of room for a closet space in that hallway transition. So instead, there's just some kind of mudroom style built-in cabinetry that could house a lot of the storage that you may have lost by transitioning this into a pantry for the kitchen. So coming down the corridor into her room, there's a almost identical half bath here with a closet on the other side in the seating area. Then rotating around, there's the one piece accessible shower unit here that has a very low lip to walk in so that it doesn't create a tripping hazard. Very basic closet space as well. And then I'll scroll over so we can take a look at the space. It's a den area. Here from the other angle. It would be possible to very easily extend this wall out to create a larger space. One option that we didn't actually discuss that I thought of after the fact was the possibility of putting the addition on the opposite corner of the house. One advantage to this would be a smaller size addition, because the other location requires to relocate that half bath on the first floor. You've got to create a larger space for that, and in addition to that, in the future you've got one bathroom right next to the other, which isn't necessarily a traditional design. There's a pretty good chance that this would work with the zoning. Looking up the regulations of the two streets, it seems that there's no more than a 25-foot setback from the road, and it appeared to be approximately 50 feet from the house where it is currently. So we may even be able to go out a little larger. There's a few questions as far as how this is going to work, and during my next visit I'd like to discuss this with you further and take some further measurements to take into consideration the existing chimney and the windows on the second floor. But to explore the idea, I came up with a design here as well. Smaller closet. Here is the walk-in shower unit with a vanity and a toilet on the opposing side. There's a nice bay window toward the front of the house, which gives it some curb appeal, as well as some nice visible light and a connection to the outside for her. There's a seating area as well as a full queen size bed in here. And then to the right hand side, an illustration of the space as it could be used in the future for a small den. Let's take a look at this in 3 dimensions. You can see the bay window toward the front of the house. The rest of the living space. let's take a look at the future use. Last, let's take a look through the living space from the floor level. Shoot the camera through the room here. Please ignore the siding, by the way. I'll have to change that in the settings. Plenty of space in the bathroom. Very adequate for use. For accessibility, there's no lip walking up into the shower unit. Let's also have a look in this room. This bathroom may be not as large as the other, but there is adequate areas in front of the toilet and the shower area to be able to access everything without any difficulty.